Phrasal verbs with the word put. Put out.
So you're going to put out that cigarette, we're going to put this fight on hold, and go have sex.
Then put out fire by peeing, no get invited back.
Put out. To make something stop burning. The synonym is to extinguish. Example, they put out the fire quickly. Could you please put out that candle before leaving?
Should put the fire out.
Could you ask the gentleman behind us to please put out his cigarette? She apologized to the ashtray every time she put out a cigarette.
You can wash away earth, put out fire, and even destroy iron.
I actually hold the nozzle and put the fire out.
My God, if I went up in flames, there's not a living soul who'd pee on me to put the fire out.
They put the fire out and house is more or less okay.
Put up with.
Rachel, you don't have to put up with him.
How many times is she gonna put up with his shit?
Sure, I have to put up with his absences.
Put up with. To have patience with someone or something. It means to accept an unpleasant person or situation without complaining. The synonym is to tolerate. Example, I don't know how she puts up with his bad behavior. We have to put up with the noise of our neighbors every night while trying to sleep.
And you have no idea the kind of shit I put up with that fucking creep Norm.
And if he ever finds a friend who's willing to put up with his crap, he'll be lucky.
Cameron is the kind of guy who, if you can put up with him for 5 minutes, you can put up with him forever.
My guilt over my mom is why I put up with my dad.
If I have to put up with your slovenly behavior, back off, monkey boy!
You want me back only to pick up your slippers and put up with your tempers and fetch and carry for you.
You may put up with this kind of nonsense, but I do not.
I also put up with your childish nonsense. On top of that, I worked for a father for 20 years and put up with his abuse.
Meanwhile, we'll have to put up with him for 6 long weeks, won't we, darling?
Enough, stop it. It's enough.
But you're not supposed to tattle.
But you're not supposed to have to put up with bullies either.
Put on.
Put on your coat.
I'm gonna go put some clothes on.
Put your pants on.
Put on. To wear something. To dress yourself. It is opposite of take off. Example, I'll put it on in the changing room. Don't forget to put on a jacket. It's cold outside.
Fix your face and put on your dress. Don't put on your shirt.
You know calculus and physics, but forget how to put your pants on.
Actually, first off, Kev, put some pants on.
Karen, please put your pants on.
I get put on my tight jeans and walk down the street to see if anybody honks pangs.
Put your coat on.
I'm gonna put your coat on downstairs.
You don't gotta put on your coat to go to the bathroom, and your house is always parked in the same place.
Put your shirt on if you want to go to the yard.
Put off.
Well, you'll just have to put her off.
Because you can't put this off forever.
It's the most Tony will ever have seen of you, and you don't want to put him off.
Put off. To postpone or delay doing something. It means to arrange to do something at a later time. Example, could we possibly put the meeting off till Friday? I keep putting off going to the dentist.
I'm so sorry to put off our dinner.
Is there any way that we can put this off until I have more time to prepare?
So now, as your friend, I say, just don't put off being happy.
Wanted to retire next year. Guess I'll put that off for a while.
Well, now, don't you reckon you could sort of put that off until after you played Deadwood?
And we come here on holidays because he liked my family, but if I suggested we do a year or something, he just put me off.
Simon, we can't put this off any longer.
This is just some scheme cooked up by all of you to put me off the marriage.
No!
Why put off till tomorrow what we can do tonight whilst drinking wine?
But we have managed to put her off.
I want you to put him off a few days, let him cool.
Put back.
Put that back!
But? Put this back? Save the world? You'd be everyone's hero.
Put back. To return something to its place. Example, please put it back where you got it from. After using the scissors, remember to put them back in the drawer.
I'm just gonna put this back in my pocket.
And then you just take this and put it back in here nice and easy.
Put that back in your prison wallet.
He wants us to put him back in power in 6 months or else.
I'm gonna fucking bust your head and I'm gonna put you back in that fucking hole.
I need you to put it back very carefully.
We're to put back to space dock immediately.
We're exposed when we take it, and then what? Just put it back.
Put this back in the trophy case soon, but just for motivation right now at this practice. I'm a little ahead of the game, but we will need a new team captain next year.
That bastard didn't put it back.
Put together.
Well, it is when you put it together with that one.
You seem to have put the pieces together very nicely.
Nothing girly about a horn, but put them together and you get a unicorn.
Put together. To create something by collecting the pieces. The synonym is to assemble. Example, this table is very easy to put together. We put together a team for the project.
And put the pieces together in the right place and find out what the devil you are trying to say to yourself.
You'll put the pieces together for her.
What if you can't put the pieces together in the first place?
Let's take 2 pieces of testimony and try to put them together.
You just take all the pieces and put them together one by one.
Put them together, take them apart, put them back together again.
And that means that when you put them together with all the different radio telescopes all over the world.
Benjamin got it from Reform Corp server, which means we can redact Masterson, give it to Gibbs, and she can put the pieces together herself.
Put forward.
Anything they put forward, we couldn't afford a lawyer.
And at a meeting in the Big Barn, many resolutions were put forward.
Put forward. To suggest or propose an idea. Example, they put forward a number of possible solutions. She put forward a plan to improve the company's profits.
Well, whichever of those is your best foot, I suggest you put it forward, Desmond, because I can assure you that not all of us are going to be here at the end of the week.
We must be careful in the pageant that we neither hide Donald Miller nor put him forward.
The final plans for the invasion of Sicily should have been put forward in an Algerian lavatory.
I would not tell him, sir, but I would put him forward as a good, clean man.
I wanted you to put me forward for it.
Even making allowances for a father's exuberance, you do not think that I'm in any way being put forward today as a substitute for Mr. Van Meer.
Put down.
Put his name down.
Put my name down as Mrs. Elkins.
Put down. One definition of put down is to write something, especially a name or number, on a piece of paper or a list. The synonym is to write down. Example, I'll put your name down on my list. Don't forget to put down the address.
Monica, you should totally put your name down for this one.
As a matter of fact, you should put your number down here just in case you want to phone or check in.
You accidentally put my number down under primary contact instead of emergency contact, so your doctor's been calling me.
So I went to some of the agencies and put my name down on the waiting list because I could do cleaning in the morning.
Now, Matt, before I go back to Denver, I think we should put something down on paper.
He's got to put something down.
Another definition of put down is to insult or offend someone. Example, my boss is always putting me down in front of the others. Don't put her down like that. It's rude.
You mess with me or my family, and I swear to Christ, I will put you down.
I'm so embarrassed of your fucking self that you gotta put me down.
Get off before I put you down.
Don't put me down for mummification.
Don't let that little Indian fella put you down, Charlie.
Oh, you best be praying I don't put you down like the last fuck up don't cross me.
Yeah, no, don't put me down for cardio.
Stop bragging, babe, so don't put me down.
Please don't put me down.
Oh, his mind is not for rent. Don't put him down as arrogant.
Let's go over the phrasal verbs with put by filling the blanks together as we go through the story. Emma woke up early to the smell of something burning. She rushed into the kitchen to find her toast on fire. Panicking, she quickly put out the flames with a damp towel. What a way to start the day, she muttered. After cleaning up the mess, she decided to focus on getting ready for her big presentation. Emma put on her favorite suit. It was always made her feel confident, and glanced at her watch. She had just enough time to rehearse her speech before leaving. Her roommate, Sarah, walked in, grumbling about the noisy neighbors. "I don't know how you put up with their late night parties," Sarah said. Emma shrugged. "I have learned to tolerate it. Complaining doesn't help." As Emma practiced, she suddenly remembered that she had to update the team meeting schedule. "I'll have to put off practicing for now," she thought, opening her laptop to send out a new meeting invite. Before heading out the door, Emma grabbed the book she borrowed from Sarah. "Here, I'll put back your book on the shelf. Thanks for lending it to me," she said. Sarah smiled. "No problem. Did you like it?" At the office, Emma attended a brainstorming session where everyone was encountered to share ideas. Nervously, she put forward her proposal for improving team productivity. Her manager nodded thoughtfully. "That's a great idea, Emma. Let's discuss it further after your presentation." When it was time for her big moment, Emma walked confidently to the podium. She put down her notes on the desk and took a deep breath. As she started speaking, someone in the back whispered a sarcastic comment. It was hard to ignore the rude remarks, but Emma decided to stay focused and not let it get to her. Later that evening, she returned home feeling accomplished. As she recounted her day to Sarah, she chuckled. "It wasn't perfect, but I'm proud of how I handled everything. And now it's time to relax."